Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 6 p.m. Cairo local time. Time for the hour's news bulletin coming to you from Channel 2. This is Lamia Abdesattar, and we start with headlines. President Sisi urged accelerating completion of additional electricity supply system for new Delta project. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli affirmed the government's appreciation for the national dialogue mechanism. Details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held a phone call with French President Emmanuel Macron on boosting bilateral relations ahead of awaited Macron's visit to Egypt. The two leaders reviewed the most important files of cooperation to be discussed during the visit, including the possibility of a trilateral summit between Egypt, France, and Jordan in Cairo during the visit to Egypt. The phone call also tackled the developments in Gaza Strip and reviewing the Egyptian efforts to reach ceasefire in the Strip, in addition to affirming the importance of restoring calm through ceasefire and ensure the access of the humanitarian aid. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met Saturday with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy Mahmoud Asmat, as well as a number of senior state officials. The President directed to speed up steps meant to provide the new Delta project with additional electrical supply and diversify its urban and industrial activities to enhance food security and open doors for exports. More details to follow. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi gave his directives to accelerate the completion of additional power supply system required for the new Delta project and the agricultural sector in general, ensuring the availability of strategic crops for Egypt amidst international fluctuations. The President also stressed the need to continuously update the comprehensive plan to achieve energy security and increase reliance on renewable energy sources. The President's directives came during a meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy Mahmoud Asmat, as well as a number of senior state officials. The meeting addressed the executive status of the electricity supply and the timeline for the loads required for new reclamation projects overseen by the Future of Egypt Authority, particularly the new Delta project. The status of the construction transformer stations necessary for agricultural reclamation areas was also reviewed as part of the state's efforts to ensure food security. In addition, the meeting tackled government efforts to provide sustainable availability of energy for local consumption and support national economic development plans. Discussions focused on ways of enhancing reliance on renewable energy sources in line with the country's commitment to achieve sustainable development goals, attracting investments, ensuring stable and quality electricity supply to all projects, as well as enhancing the capacity of the electricity grid to provide reliable support for agricultural and industrial reclamation projects. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli affirmed the government's appreciation for the national dialogue mechanism, pointing to the government's keenness to benefit from all experiences in order to serve the interests of the nation and citizens. This came during Prime Minister Madbouli's meeting with Minister of Legal Affairs and Political Communication, Councillor Mahmoud Fawzi. The meeting tackled the activation of the national dialogue mechanism on two important files. The first file is about the future of the region in the light of current events and the Egyptian state's stance with the various parties, while the second is reviewing social and cultural issues currently discussed, especially media and drama files. Minister of Foreign, Immigration and Expatriates Affairs, Badr Abdelati, affirmed the depth of the historical relations between Egypt and Seychelles and the aspiration to enhance bilateral cooperation in various fields to achieve mutual benefit. This came during Abdelati's meeting with Foreign Minister of Seychelles, Sylvester Radigond, where Abdelati stressed on the opportunities to promote economic and trade cooperation between the two countries, especially by increasing Egyptian exports and facilitating the access of Egyptian medicine to Seychelles. Abdelati also expressed Egypt's readiness to exchange expertise and increase Egyptian investments in the hotel and tourist sector in Seychelles. Meanwhile, the meeting tackled consensus of views on a number of regional developments and issues of mutual concern to the African continent. They also discussed the repercussions of the war in Gaza and signed a number of memoranda of understanding in the field of mutual exemption from visas for official passport. Egypt condemned the attack targeting UN mission in Central Africa, MINUSCA, southeast of the country, that killed one of the missions in Kenya. In a foreign ministry statement, Egypt stressed its unchanged position towards attacking UN peacekeeping missions, renewing its support to the important role of MINUSCA mission and its endeavors of peacemaking and stability, and to the role of countries participating in peacekeeping processes. In the occupied West Bank, Israeli occupation forces continue their aggression for the 75th day in a row on Jenin City and its camp. Officials said Saturday's talks with visiting U.S. Deputy Special Envoy for the Middle East, Morgan Ortagus, were positive, focusing on South Lebanon amid a fragile truce between Israel and Hezbollah. A statement from the presidency said President Joseph Aoun and Ortagus discussed South Lebanon, the work of the International Monitoring Committee, and Israeli withdrawal from Lebanese territory, characterizing the talks as constructive. The United States chairs a committee which also includes France that's tasked with overseeing the ceasefire. Ortagus' second visit to Lebanon comes as Israel continues to carry out strikes in Lebanon despite a November 27 ceasefire with Hezbollah and as its troops remain in several points in the country's south. A Russian attack killed at least 19 people, including 9 children, in the Ukrainian city of Kryvyi Rih, but Russia's defense ministry said it targeted a military. And moving to the news of business and economy, the Cairo International Airport has set a new and an unprecedented record, registering the highest operation rate of 102.108 passengers in a single day since its establishment in 1963. The Ministry of Civil Aviation said Saturday the number of flights recorded 682, showing the airport potential to cater to the mounting demand for travel, as well as its high efficiency as a gate for Egypt and traveling hub in the region. Minister of Civil Aviation Sameh Al-Hifni said the latest indicators come in line with the ministry's strategic plan that gives a top priority to renovating the infrastructure of Egyptian airports, maximizing their capacity and improving services provided to passengers. By this, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our news bulletin. That was Lamia Abdasatar. Thank you for watching.